Good morning, everyone. So this is Manoj Kumar, assistant professor. So you are learning so many Python basic concepts. So till now we have gone with list, tuples, strings, functions, and all. So now you come for the advanced. So in the advanced now you are having this particular file handling. So that means till now we have given the input as directly through list, tuple, or string. So now you give the input in a file. So how you are going to read the file, how you are going to write into the file, how you are going to display the contents of the file, so how you are going to update the contents of the file, everything we shall go in this particular video lecture. Okay, so first you Python file handling. So first you come for the topic. So what is file handling in Python? So Python provides basic functions and methods. So what you do using the Python? So files. So you into the file. That means you take any text file. So for that you are inside reading the data or writing the data. First, if it is the first new file you have created, so you have to open that particular file and write the contents into the file and then read the contents if required and then close the contents of the file. So that is the main thing. So it provides the basic functions and methods to manipulate the files, okay, by default. So it is going to provide open the file, open function is there, close function is there, read function is there, write function is there. So these are the, so now we shall see, you have gone with the file concepts in C++, Java everywhere. So now you come for the how you handle the files in Python. So it provides the basic functions and methods to manipulate the files by default. So come for the next point. Before we read or write a file, we have to open new thing. Python's built-in function open. So once you are going for a read or write operation, what is to be done? A file with a name should be there, and that file should be opened. So in order to open that, once it is opened, then you can go for the read or write operation. So what this function open is going to do? It creates a file object which would be initialized to call another support methods. So it creates a file object and which would be utilized to call another support methods. So once you create, what is the other support methods? You can open, you can read, you can write, and you can close. So that are the other supported methods associated with it. So syntax is file object. So file object, open, file name, comma, access mode. So access whether it is read or it is write or it is execute. So read write mode we will be considering here. So read write and buffering. So for example, I will be doing like this. So what is file object? So file object is the underscore file is the file object is equal to open a file name. So these are parameters may be given or may not be given. Once you give open of sketch.txt, do something with the data in the file. So doing something with the data in the file, then what should be done? Close the file. So do something in the file means you can read or you can write or you can do whatever you want. So that is once it is opened, you can go with a read or write operation. So come for the file modes. So which all the file modes you are having? First you see here R opens the file for reading only. The pointer is placed at the beginning of the file. As you all know, each file will contain what? So many records. What each record will consist of? User data or any programs, whatever. Suppose if you are doing the Python programs, Python lab. So there are 100 programs in that. So each one we call it as a record. So first program number one, program number two, program number three. So all the files programs are there. For that you are going with your, there is a pointer. Okay. So for that pointer, the file pointer is placed at beginning of the file. So now you come for the RB. So RB means opens the file for reading only in R means reading. B means in binary format. Okay, so this is the next one. R plus. So R plus means open the file for both reading and writing. So this will be at the beginning of the file, because so initially you will be going with a writing as well as first you have to write, then you can go for the read. At that time you go with the R plus. So that means it is for both reading and writing. Next, RB plus. R plus means what? Both reading and writing. RP plus means both reading and writing in binary format. The file pointer will be beginning of the file. Next, W. W is for writing only. So if the file does not exist, if the file does not exist, then create a new file. If file is already exist, overwrite the file contents. So that is W concept. What the W will do, it opens the file for write only. If that particular file is not does not exist, it will create a new file. If that file is existing, it will overwrite the contents of the file. Next to come for the WB. So what is WB? Write only in the binary format. Overwrites if the file exists, and if file does not exist, create a new file. So next you come for that W plus. So W plus means reading and writing. So same operation you will be having, overwrite the existing, or if doesn't exist, create a new file. Next WB plus. So B plus means, W plus means reading and writing in binary format. So A means append. So opens a file for appending. The file where the append means you are adding something to the end of the file. Append means so join something to the end of the file. So for that purpose it's a append. So where the file pointer will be? File pointer will be at the end of the file. As we have go with the word append. So append means so joining of strings at the end of the string or end of the file. Now as we go with the file concept, the file, it will be open for appending, and file pointer will be at the end of the file if file exists. That is, if file is in append mode, if the file is not, if the file does not exist, it creates a new file for writing. Now you come for the AB. So A means append, B means binary. Okay, A is append and B is binary. It is at the end of the file, that is open in append mode. If does not exist, create a new file for writing. Okay. Next you come for A plus, both appending and reading. So keep in your mind, A plus means here you want, W plus means writing and reading. R plus means reading and writing. But A plus means appending and reading. So appending and reading. That will go with a plus. The file pointer is at the end. The file pointer opens in append mode. File does not exist, create for reading and writing. Okay. So now you come for the next one, AB plus. So append the file for reading, appending and reading in binary format. So it is at the end of the file if file exists. Okay. So file handling in Python, open in W and R mode. So the open in W and R mode. So once you go with the write mode and once you come with the read mode. So what will be done? So first, in order to write anything else, what should be done? You have to create a file. Okay. So how you create a file? By using open of stat.txt in write mode. So if the file is existing, it will write. If the file is not existing, it will create it and it will go for the write option. Understood? So now I will write x is equal to y. Okay, so where you are writing, you have opened the file start.txt. In that you have gone with the write mode. So when you go with the write mode, now I assign x is equal to y. Okay, so x is equal to y. Now you go for the condition if x double equals y. So what is y value? Y, what is x now? So in here you have initialized the value y to x. So what the x will contain? X will contain y. Okay, so while x double equals y, what will happen? Input a name is equal to input enter name. Okay, so now f dot write of name. So once you give name, where is you are inputting the name here? So that is placed where? in name is there. So if you have given here like example KIT, okay, if you are given the name as KIT, it will be placed in name, but it is it stored in stud.txt? No, it is not stored in stud.txt. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನೇಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದರೆ ನೇಮಲ್ಲಿಂದ stud.txt it is not stored. And for that purpose what you write, f dot write of name. So now the contents of the name will be write into the file. So how you write the contents? So f dot write of name. Okay, now next you give f dot write slash n. So this can be given or may not be given also. So now once you give the name, now you can go with input. Do you wish to continue, yes or no? So if you give yes, so what will be there? Again, yes here condition, it will be yes, and enter name, it will go. Understanding? So how you are going to store the value into the file? So you can take it why, because why do you think, can you tell why you are assigning a value x is equal to y? Because once you insert the value, if you wish to continue, it will go for the option y or n. Okay, so for that purpose you are taking x is equal to y there. So x is equal to y means you are going to store the values. That is right. So this part you will going for right operation. Now what you have written, you have written the one particular name into stud.txt. Suppose if you want to read, what you will give, open stud.txt in read mode. So that means you are going to open that particular file. What is that file in read mode? Then you give print f.read. So what the f.read will do, that we will see, here it is going to read the contents of the file. So how many contents are there? So that we'll see in the programmatic example. So you will better understand that one when you go with the execution of the program. Okay. So first open and print. So another one is also there. F is equal to open and print f dot read of 15. So what is this 15? You will see in the hands-on sessions. So read lines. Suppose if you are many lines, some paragraph is given in the stud.txt, or you have stored the names in each and every line. So if the number of lines are more, so at that time you have to go with a read lines concept. So what the read lines, it will print the entire line. So okay, so now you come for the concept close file. So closing the file, we call it as f.close. So now you come for writing to an existing file. So till now we have gone with, so writing to a new file if it does not exist. Understood? So you are going to write it to the new file as the file is not going to exist. So now you see the file is already there and you are going to write. So you are going to update the contents of the existing file. So for that particular purpose, what you will do, so you will go with a writing to an existing file, that is called as a update or even append. Okay, so suppose the file is there, contents are there, you are writing to the new means where it should sit. So it should come and sit in last line. Okay, so suppose you think Python programming, one line is there. Understood? So you want to place the next line as a very good subject. So what is to be done? Where it should come? The very good subject should come after the Python programming. So for that, you are going with a word called, see here, A. What is A? That means you are going to append. Okay, so writing the contents, you can take it like this. So already for that, you see, keep in your mind, this stud.txt should be available already. So you can't go with a new name. So this file with the content should be there already. Then only you can go with the append. So once you append, now you assign the value, same thing, x is equal to y. If x double equals y, what you will do? So f dot write of name, and next do you wish to continue the same thing. Okay, so now suppose if you want to delete a file, so deleting the file, for that you have to import a new code, that is import os. So what the input OS? It is an operating system. So once you create a file, that if you want to delete a particular file, that should be deleted from OS only. So for that particular purpose, you go with the delete or remove option. Os.remove of stat.txt. So at that time, it is going to os.remove stat. That means if you are deleting a file means already it should be in the opened mode. Then only you can go with the delete operation. Understanding? So for that purpose only you go with os.remove of stat.txt. So f is equal to open of stat.txt in read mode. So in read mode, what will be the output you will be getting when you give read mode? The file does not exist. It will tell you because you are not opening it in write mode. If it is opening in write mode means you are creating a new one again. Okay, but as you go with the read mode, so what the read mode is telling, so if the file is created, it will be opened in the read mode only. Okay, so now suppose delete folder, suppose in all the files are there, so suppose you want to delete the contents of the folder, you can go with dir. Dir means directory, remove directory of students data. So os dot remove rmdir students data. So that is the Python concepts you are having. Okay, so now we shall, so this is the basic concepts of file. Okay, so now after that, now we shall go with some other concepts. If you are getting anything in detail, so I will be, so wait for a minute. No, so till now we have gone with so that is Python files concept in Python. So apart from that, you have gone with open function is there, open is there. Next, you come with modes. So you have seen R, W, and A mode. So now you come for the R plus, W plus, and A plus. Both are same. So now you come for the creating of the files. So creating of the files, first file write and read. Okay, both are there. So rather than going for here, I will be taking the new file as 42.txt in write mode. So print name of the file f4.name. So for that I am writing. Python is a great language. Yeah, it's great. Okay, so this is the contents of the file you are going to print. So and then you close the file. So once you close the file, you can go with a read. That means reading. So how you are going to read? You can take it as 4.readline string. So this is the reading of file. So now if you are suppose if you are reading multiple reads, okay, so that means so file name is multi-read. So where you are, what are the things you are doing? First you see, so you are opening, you are writing, and you are closing. So first, before you read, what should be done? You have to go with both. Write. First, you have to create a file, write the contents, then only you can read the contents. So for that purpose, you see here, so you can read in multiple ways. So how you are going to read? So that I will tell you here. So first you go with create a opening a file, write the contents and close it. Okay. Once you close it, you can read the contents. Entire file fo is equal to open. Okay, fo is equal to open of food.txt in read mode. So once you read, if you have multi lines for line in fo, print line, you can go with a print line. If number, you can go with a read lines also, or you can go with this using for loop. So directly you can go with the f dot read lines also. That is the another option. And you, while using for loop also, you can read each and every line. So for that you have to go with for line in fo print line. So what will be printed? The Python is very good language. This one will be printed. Okay. So now you come for the next one. File reading the file line by line by opening and creating an object of stretch. So, okay, so for that display the line by line information. So how to print the line by line? So first already you are going, what you are going to do? already the file is there. You have written some things on some things there. For that, you are going to read the data. So reading line by line. Okay, reading line by line means first give the file name. Enter the file name. What file name you are going to give should be already available with some lines inside that. Okay, so with open a file name, comma r as f file name comma read mode. So what you are doing for line in f print line, this is the syntax what you have to give for line by line information from the file. So similarly, suppose if you want to print not word by word information from a file, so inside a line there are so many words. So if you want to print word by word information, what is to be done? So for that, take the file name, open with read mode. For line you have to split. Okay, so for line in f, l is equal to line dot split. So you have to split each and every lines. Okay, so now all lines are splitted. For word in l, print word. So for your first entire program, split the entire program into line, that is line dot split. So for each word in l, what is l? It is each line. So for word in l, you are going to with a print word. So this is the next program you are going to see. So display. So these are some other programs, simple ones. Display only the first line using read line. So display only the first line. So you can take it the same thing. So only the first line, you did first input the file, open it in read mode, then you give it as f dot read line. So inside that, if you didn't specify anything, it will only store the first line from the prints the first line from the file. So that is, so read line will first line what you are having, that will be stored in L and that will be printed. Suppose reading line by line info, line by line, if I want each and every line info. Okay, so keep in your mind, this is only reading only the first line and this one is reading line by line info. So for that, what should be done? File name is equal to input, enter file name and with open. So L is equal to f dot read lines. So keep in your mind, this is f dot read line, whereas here it is f dot read lines. So what the f dot read lines will read each and every lines of the entire document. So suppose if you want line by line info for I in L, what is I? It is a each line we have the index. It is an index variable. I what you take I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Similar to that, it is for I in L, print of I. So that will print each and every line. Okay. So now you come for the next one. So you want to read the position, current position. So if you want to read the current position, first what you have to do. So already the file should be there, that I have given it in R plus. R plus means read and with both writing operation also, but file is to be there. Okay, because you are reading and writing, so file is to be there. So read dot fo dot, that is fo is file. So file dot read of 4. So read of 4 means it will read the first 4 lines. So print the read string is, so it is going to print what are all the contents. Now at the same time, after reading that particular 4 lines, now I am going with a write. So what I am going to do, fo dot write of I am a new sentence. So for that file, which is the file foo.txt, you know you are writing some contents. So for that I will be taking it as I am a new sentence. Okay. So to check the current position, what is the current position now? This is at 4th location and this one is at up to 4th location, contents are already printed. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. So 4 is going to, it will print all the first 4 lines of your foo.txt and 5th line I am going after 5th line. Suppose you may have it in 5th line or you can have it in any other lines. So the last line will be this one. So it will print the current position. Okay. So reposition pointer at beginning once again. Okay, so now I give it as position f4.sec of 0, comma 0. So current file position, you can take it as currently my file is at location 5 or 10 or any other position. So to move from this current location to the beginning of the file, you go with a function called as seek. What is seek will do? If seek file seek, move from the current position to the beginning of the file. So beginning of the file that will be given as 0, comma 0. So now you are going to read 30 lines. Again read string. What are all the contents that will be shown, and finally we go with a close. Read string is I am. So read of 4. So read string of I am current position 15. I am new sentence. I am new sentence. Okay, so this we will see in the programmatic part when I go. So currently, I think you have gone with understanding this file by the file concepts. Yes. So kindly work. I will be working this all these particular practicals on Google Colab. So kindly work on that and learn the concepts. Stay tuned. Stay safe. Be safe. Stay in home. Thank you.